Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. So, we are from the second group that consists of Liza Laylatul, Lufiatul Azizah, me, Nafsiyah, and then Nekada Shafi Apelina. In this opportunity, we are going to present about cultural diversity. First, I will explain to you about definition of cultural diversity. Culturally diverse is often used interchangeably with the concept of multiculturalism. So, multiculturalism is a system of beliefs and behaviors that recognize and respects the presence of all diverse groups in an organization or society, acknowledges and values their sociocultural differences, and encourages and enables the continued contribution within an inclusive cultural context which empowers all within the organization or society. While according to the Oxford Dictionary, cultural diversity is the existence of a variety of cultural or ethnic groups within a society. In other words, it's a population where all differences are represented. From a business perspective, types of workplace diversity include race, ethnicity, age, ability, language, nationality, socioeconomic status, gender, religion, or sexual orientation. And then next is the importance of understanding cultural diversity that will be explained by Liza Laylatul Farida. Thank you.
Okay, the next is the importance of understanding cultural diversity. Accepting and understanding the difference of any culture and embracing diversity can reduce and conflict and help team building in the workplace. Recognizing and understanding cultural difference in the workplace is just the beginning. Managers and supervisors need to strive for a deeper knowledge and understanding of cultural difference. By establishing relationship at work with individuals different from ourselves, we can begin to learn the knowledge that culture might have to offer our organization. Prejudice and prejudgment also need to be addressed, including the misconception beside cultural values or stereotypes. For example, it might be thought that men work harder at their jobs and are more committed than women. All the younger employees have no motivation to work, or even that a Jamaican employee is lazy because of his or her laid-back culture. A manager can become a role model for all employees to embrace culture diversity in the workplace by confronting this prejudgment. Managing diversity is a comprehensive managerial process for developing an environment that works for all employees. There has to be a balance of different cultures, ethnicities, and genders, so it is important to keep in mind the importance of making the units as diverse as possible when hiring healthcare staff. Okay, the next, Miss Vivi. Thank you.
And the next is C, cultural diversity in the workplace. Cultural diversity in the workplace is a culture that refers to the essentials of workplace cultural competence, the values, norms, and traditions that affect the way a member of a group typically perceives, thinks, interacts, behaves, and makes judgments. When talking about cultural diversity in the workplace, it is the inclusion of employees from different backgrounds, different race, different sexual orientation, and different political views. The term cultural diversity encourages an environment of inclusion with representatives from a range of various backgrounds that come together to work as a team. Studies looking at why cultural diversity in the workplace is important give a solid state to work from when thinking about its benefit. Ultimately, diversity in the workplace enables business to build teams that bring different perspectives and talents, enhance innovation, and drive higher revenues. The first one, types of workplace diversity. Where there are few primary types of diversity characteristics that need to know and understand what the cultural diversity look like. A. Gender. Women make up a bigger percentage of the workforce than ever before, but there is still a gap in terms of fair pay and the percentage of women in leadership roles. B. Race and ethnicity. When the ethnic and racial identities develop, standards formed with ethnic groups do not reach standards in general. By opening conversation with employees and candidates about race and ethnicity, this is a step towards increasing cultural diversity. C. Age. Both younger and older workers can be discriminated against in terms of preconceptions. Age usually used the reason of effectively in work. D. Workers with disabilities. Disabilities can cover many differences, from the ability to form social relationships to physical disabilities. Part of this can be helped with a neurodiversity program, as well as fighting against negative perception. E. Mental health. Focusing on mental health along with workplace wellness support and combat a variety of issues from absenteeism to behavioral problems. F. Neurodiversity. Recognizing and providing a supportive environment for those with neurological differences that include dyslexia, autism, and Tourette's help organizations to celebrate differences and the benefits they can offer in well-matched job types. And then two, managing cultural diversity in the workplace. Developing cultural competence results in an ability to understand, communicate with, and effectively interact with people across cultures and work with varying cultural beliefs and schedules. There are some points that can use for managing cultural diversity in the workplace. A. Communication. Communication is an important tool to understand what the people want to say. Different people usually use their style when communicate something. Providing information accurately and promptly is critical to effective work and team performance. This is particularly important when a project is troubled and needs immediate corrective action. B. Team building. Team building issues can become more problematic as teams are comprised of people from a mix of these cultural types. Effective cross-cultural team building is essential to benefiting from the potential advantages of cultural diversity in the workplace. C. Time. Different perceptions of time can cause a great misunderstanding and mishap in the workplace, especially with scheduling and deadlines. Perceptions of time underscore the importance of cultural diversity in the workplace and how it can impact everyday work. D. Schedules. Work can be impacted by cultural and religious events. The business world generally runs on the Western secular year, beginning with January 1 and ending with December 31. But some cultures use wildly different calendars to determine New Year or specific holidays. For example, Christians must perform worship usually on Sundays or celebrate their big day. For Muslims, Friday is a for prayer.
And the last is advantage and disadvantage of cultural diversity. There is some advantage of cultural diversity. There is improved innovation due to difference in experience and specialization, increased productivity because each employee has a unique quality to offer at work, and increased adaptability brought about by learning different solutions to a problem, diverse ideas which are beneficial to any working environment, diverse range of service as each member has something to offer, and many more. The last is disadvantage. Disadvantage of cultural diversity is communication problem which can lessen productivity, extra training costs which can badly affect a company's budget, unhealthy competition from employees trying to get recognized, hindering the freedom of speech as individuals have to be questioned not to hurt other people's feelings, integration problem which might lower productivity, disrespect as some members of certain communities feel superior to others, and many more of disadvantage. I think it's enough from our group. If you have any question, please discuss it in forum. Thank you.